Y'all know what it is. You know what it's about to be, man. Y'all seen what I had popping up here off the early, man. It's the EF Classic. It's coming. The EF Classic is coming. The EF Classic is coming. And let's talk about some of the stuff that's being said right now when it comes to the EF Classic. The third annual EF Classic is coming. And no, this is not a promo. This is not a promo show. No. This is not a promo show. This is me speaking on what the topic is right now in the youth football community. We've talked about a couple hot topics that was going on in the youth football community. We've talked about the C-Mac thing. We've talked about the Dorsey thing. I'm going to speak on what happens real quick, and I'm going to leave it at that. Talk of the town. Prayers go out to the family of the one who lost his life. Prayers go out to the families of the young girl that was hit. And prayers go out to anybody that was affected mentally, emotionally, physically affected by what went on this weekend in the city. I'm not going to speak on it too much because it's a touchy situation. Again, lives was extremely affected by the events from this weekend, man. We got to do better. That's all I'm going to say. From top to bottom, we got to do better. Security-wise, we got to do better. Don't be hiring these janky-ass security officers that got homeboys and this, that, and the third in the area that's letting people in. And I'm not saying that's what happened in this situation because I don't know, and I don't want to know. This is one of those topics where I don't want to know what happened. I don't even want to really speak on what happened. I just wanted to say from LLR to those families that was affected emotionally, mentally, and physically, we send our best wishes. We send prayers to the individual that did it. Come on, bro. Not the right place. Again, I can't. Streets is streets. I come from that. You can't tell individuals in the streets how to live that street life. But at the end of the day, streets is streets. Not youth football events, not youth sports events, and none of that. And for those of y'all that's out here making it seem like it's youth football that's the problem, you dudes is idiots, man. You people is idiots. Not just you dudes, but you people are idiots if you think that it's because of youth football, because it happens everywhere. So can we stop trying to paint that narrative? Can we stop trying to paint that narrative? And I'm noticing it's a lot of you folks that don't even deal with football. Your kid don't play football. You never play football. You don't know nothing about it for real. All you are is a fan. So stop painting that narrative, especially some of y'all who I've seen how you act outright at your kids' events. So let's stop painting that narrative that it's youth football. No, it's dumbasses that come around youth football. Let's start there. Like in the words of my man, Maine, let's start there. Like, we're not going to keep trying to paint this narrative because you look crazy painting that narrative. And what's going to happen is if you continue to try to paint that narrative that youth football is the issue, I'm going to start exposing you niggas for your activities when you go to your child's sports. Straight like that. So, like, let's not paint that narrative, man. Like, let's really not paint that narrative, bro. Hold on, I'm going to share this around a little bit so we can get some folks in here. Once I can get to it, but I don't think it's gonna let me get to it. Hold on. My bad. But yeah, can we stop painting that narrative, man? Because it's not cool. Like, we're making it seem like it's a whole entire sport when it's really just dumbass individuals that come to the sport and come to the field. So again, everything that happens at the field is not, you know what I'm saying? Also, before I get into the topic that we're going to talk about, be sure you know what you're talking about before you speak on something, because there's a lot of information going around about the situation that I'm starting to find out is false information, is he say, she say, rather than getting the truth. So be careful when you're speaking on this topic, man. Be careful how you speak on this topic because, again, there's families involved. Lives was lost. Youngins was hurt. So make sure you're speaking facts when you're speaking on it. And I don't have all the facts. So again, I just want to send out my best wishes and prayers to the families involved. To those that lost a loved one, I'm sorry. It sucks that this happened at a football field, a youth football field at that. But again, man, we got to do better. You event holders got to do better, bro. And I'm not blaming this on the event holders. I'm just saying, unfortunately, we got to do better. And we're doing better in that situation. And again, I'm not going to speak directly on the situation. I'm going to speak around it. But in doing better, when we say we got to do better, we're not just talking about the event coordinators. We're not talking about just the directors. We're talking about people in general. People in general. If you know you got a certain type of beef that could follow you to these joints, don't go. Don't go. You know what you got going on in your life. You know what you got going on in your life, man. So at the end of the day, man, prayers to those families, best wishes to those families. But let's get into the topic. Let's get into the topic at hand, right? EF Classic is coming up. The EF Classic is almost right here on our back door, bro. The EF Classic is literally right here in our back door. It's getting ready to pop up. And I'm seeing some things. I'm looking online and I'm seeing some things, man. I'm looking online and I'm seeing some things. And some of y'all is wild boys, man. Some of y'all is wild boys. Like, I'm confused and I'm not understanding why people feel as though they are worthy of a bag to come play football. I'm confused as to why people feel that way. I'm confused as to why y'all think y'all teams are a draw. I'm seeing some of the things and I'm looking at some of the things and I'm hearing some of the comments and I'm seeing, like, this is the thing. Everybody talks about media this, media that. Somebody asked me this morning, actually my homie Lucas asked me this morning based off a comment he's seen, I would assume. Somebody said media is cool and all, but it don't benefit the team. That is the dumbest comment I've ever heard in my life, bro. If media is cool and all and don't benefit the team, why I see so many orgs trying to do their own media now to save $1? Make it make sense. Why do I see so many orgs now trying to start their own little media to save $1 if media ain't all that and it don't help? And when you say media don't help the teams, listen, I ain't trying to be funny. Some of y'all's teams and some of y'all kids would never be heard of if it wasn't for media. Let's just keep it funky. Some of y'all only get talked about because of media. Some people wouldn't even know you. Some of you coaches wouldn't even be heard of. Some of you orgs wouldn't get no attention, no love, no good games if it wasn't for media. You wouldn't even be talked about. Some people found out the hard way. Because when we stop talking about you, the world stopped talking about you. So don't nobody know who your team is. You don't get no love. You don't get no respect. You don't get nothing. You saying it don't help the teams. Your kids love it. Your parents love to see their kids on the screen. Your parents love to see that media. The grandparents love it. The aunts and uncles who can't come there, but they're close with the kids that's playing. They love it. So when you make dumbass comments like that, you sound stupid. No, what you really want to say is, media is cool and all. Our kids love media and all, but we don't want to pay that money out because we want to pocket watch and we want to keep the money for ourselves. That's what you should go ahead and say because that's the truth. Some of y'all have had the nuts to say it. Some of y'all have literally came out and flat out said, why would we go there or why would we come to your event and play and help you make money when we can just do the event ourselves and make money? So listen, let's break that down, right? I want to break this down for some of you slow asses that don't get it, right? And I want y'all to listen to me clearly because what you don't understand is a lot goes into doing an event, which is why I haven't done one yet. Because I don't got the time and I don't got the energy to deal with all the bullshit that goes into doing an event, right? So a lot goes into doing an event. A whole lot goes into doing an event. I've been around guys that's been doing events for a long time. We've had conversations. I've talked to them. I know what it takes to do a successful event. Anybody can throw together a raggedy ass event and have people come out and you charge, make money, and then the event with some shit. They talk about it later. Anybody can do that. But to throw a creditable, successful youth football event, it takes a lot. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of patience because some of y'all is ignorant as hell. Some of y'all just flat out stupid as hell. Don't even try to be smart. And you just say anything. Okay? So let's break this down because this is what I do. See, we've talked about this before. My man EF gives you entertainment. Lucas and Rel gives you predictions. I break shit down for you dumbasses. That's what I do. I breaks you dumbasses down and make dumbass comments to show you just how dumb you sound. Because sometimes when you say things, you don't realize how it sounds until somebody breaks down what you said. And then you want to backpedal. And then you want to try to find other ways to say, well, I didn't mean it like that. I meant it like this. No. It's too late for that. I turned the camera on now. So let's talk about this, right? And people are going to say tag or name. It's too many of y'all doing it. It's too many of y'all doing it. And as soon as we tag or name, and I say we meaning media, as soon as we tag a name or we state a name, as soon as we do that, Lucas, share this for me, folks. As soon as we tag a name or as soon as we say a name, because for some reason it's not letting me get on the tube and share it, so share this around for me, dog. As soon as we tag the individual or we state a name, then that individual then begins to backpedal and make it seem like they didn't mean it like that, or that's not what they were saying, or the media is just trying to start shit, or the media is just painting a narrative. So there's no point in saying tag a name, say a name, because there's too many of y'all, and over 90% of y'all are going to backpedal when your name gets mentioned, or you're going to say it's hate. So let's really dig into this, right? A lot of y'all say, and shout out to my man Time Out with Tone, because me and him had this conversation about this actual thing right here. And me and the AI guys, we've also talked about it, but me and Tone really had like a conversation, really kind of looking into it, and I'm going to keep it funky with y'all. A lot of y'all think that your team is the draw, and you're not. You're not. You're not even the draw locally, let alone thinking that you're going to come to the EF Classic, which has teams from multiple states. Some Carolina's supposed to come up, Virginia, DC, Maryland, Detroit. I think he had something coming down from either Delaware or PA, something like that. So we're talking about like teams coming from, multiple states. So this ain't no local joker event no more. I get what y'all used to, and y'all feel like it's EF, so y'all can hit EF and do what you want and play who you want and pull strings and think you got a little bit of power, but you don't. Not to mention, and I'm not speaking for EF, I'm speaking my opinion because we all know EF gonna speak for itself. But a lot of y'all think that he needs y'all to make this event run. Like a lot of y'all think that he needs your presence to make this event something. But what you don't know is the man already got 40-something teams, bro. 40-something teams. He don't need y'all. He don't. And then some of y'all trying to paint this narrative like my man's is chasing bread. This nigga got a job. He don't need your bread. He don't need your bread. He not doing this. Y'all will go plan an event where your kids get absolutely nothing. Y'all will go play in a tournament where your kids get absolutely nothing. You will go play in a Southern no disrespect to Southern Hospitality, no any other event, but you'll go play in these events where all you get is games. But yet, EF Classic gives out to the kids. They giving to the coaches. They giving it so what y'all think he making so much money off of you niggas, man? What do y'all think he's making so much money off of your teams who don't nobody know? Let's just get all the way to the nitty gritty. Who knows you outside of your area? You're only you in your town. You're only you in your town. There's very few teams in the DMV that are actually draws, bro. And they're only draws if they play certain teams. It doesn't matter if you're an A-level team. If you're not playing another A-level team, you are not a draw. 54 teams, and y'all think he needs y'all? He's trying to give y'all a platform to showcase your team because a lot of y'all chase that YNC. A lot of y'all chase that national love. A lot of y'all want to be seen by Craig and the crew. A lot of y'all want to be seen by Magic and the guys. A lot of y'all want to be seen so you can be looked upon as a top tier in whatever league you're playing in. So can y'all cut the shit, bro? Acting like you don't need media. Let's keep it funky. Y'all gonna need media before media needs you. I don't think y'all understand that. The EF Classic don't need y'all when he got 54 teams. 3-day event. I remember the first EF Classic, he just had a showcase full of cards for one day. And then year 2, it got bigger. And here we are, year 3, and it's gotten even bigger. So for y'all that really think that EF needs y'all to make his event jump, you niggas is smoking woo bobs, bro. Y'all are lacing your weed with fentanyl and motherfucking funnel. Cause y'all are tripping. Y'all are tripping. So let's clear that up, bro. And I'm not speaking for EF, but at the end of the day, y'all know what it is. LLR is the gang. AAP is the team. You know what it is, man. And I said that earlier, Lucas. Who would know him? Who would know him? A lot of y'all teams you're only you in your area. Nobody else knows you outside of your area, bro. And what I mean by the draw, if don't nobody know who your coach, there's teams out here that thinks there's somebody and don't nobody even know who the head coach is. Don't nobody know your assistants. They don't even know who your key player is. So what makes you think you're the draw? What makes you think somebody should actually pay for you to come play? Like seriously, what makes you feel that way? What makes you think somebody should pay you to come play as if you're the draw? When people don't even know who your head coach is. People don't even know who your key player is. People don't know none of your assistants. But you feel as though you're the draw. What makes you feel that way? Fix my camera a little bit. What makes you think you're the draw, bro? Like I'm just trying to figure it out because a lot of y'all have got this mindset that you're the draw when the fact of the matter is you're not the draw. Yes, we're talking about the EF Classic. We're talking about the EF Classic that's getting ready to go down. You see it. I wanted to throw it up there just in case y'all missed it the first time. I throw it back up there. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about the hot topic right now, which is the EF Classic, and how some of y'all really feel like you're worthy of him having to pay you to come play in his event. And you're not even that. You're lucky if you're top 10 in the DMV. You're not even top 25 in the nation. You're not even top 25 on the East. But you feel like somebody should pay you to come play. And I don't know what happened, but we back anyway. Part 2, I guess. Somebody must have tried to clip us. I don't know what happened, but we back at it anyway. But like I was saying, now let's get to it, man. Let's really get to it. I guess this is part 2. I guess we could call it part 2. Let's get to it, man. Now that we didn't clear up that narrative and we didn't clear up that picture of somebody saying that EF, trying to paint the narrative. I'm not going to say that they said it, but they're trying to paint the narrative as if EF is doing this for a money grab. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, that shit sound goofy and stupid because he don't need your money. How is he doing it for money, but he's giving away so much stuff for free to the kids? The winning coach is going to walk away with something. All the kids going to walk away with something. How is he doing it for a money grab? He's doing it at the Sportsplex in Virginia Beach. And when you see it, you're going to know it ain't cheap. Somebody got to pay for the referees for all these games. Again, 54 teams. So what makes y'all think he's doing it for the money? Help me understand. How is he doing it for the money? Make it make sense. So again, I just wanted to clear up that narrative. And again, I'm not speaking for him. I'm speaking my opinion based off of what I know. Y'all sound dumb as hell trying to make it seem like the EF Classic is a money grab when he's giving back to the kids. He's got the best facility in that area to host these games, bro. It don't get too much. I'm going to say it don't get no better. Don't get no better, bro. If you've been there, you know. Don't get no better. Real rap, bro. So all that money talk and trying to paint this narrative like he out here trying to grab bread and all that, man, y'all wilding, bro. Not to mention, again, to continue to clear up that narrative, where else you know you're going to pay to go play in an event? Where else you know you're going to pay to go play in this type of event and he's going to give you money back, more than half of what you're paying? More than half of what you're paying, he's giving back. Where else you going to go do that? Where else you going to go do that, bro? And your kids still receive something in the end. So all that whole narrative about him doing it for a money grab, y'all sound crazy, bro. That whole narrative about him doing it for a money grab, y'all sound crazy. 100% crazy, man. But let's get into it for those that seem to think that they can just set up an event and keep the money they self or make the money they self, right? Let's talk about that. Let's get into it, okay? I don't think y'all understand that shit ain't as easy as it sounds, right? Because what money are you going to make? What other games you going to put on that card that's going to make people want to come out and see it? And I'm talking about people other than the parents. What other games you going to put on that card? And remember, whatever games you put on that card, they know you doing it to make the money and keep the money yourself. So whatever games you put on that card, they going to want some bread too. They going to want some bread too. Because they know why you doing it. Pocket watchers attract pocket watchers. A lot of people felt that way before. I've seen multiple people feel like they could just do their own event. They ain't got to come to your event. They just do their own event. They can play and keep the money themselves, and then don't nobody show up and they bitch and complain about how don't nobody support. Don't nobody in the area support. That's crazy. We did an event. Nobody came out and support. Nobody signed up. Nobody came out and support. Who are you? And that's a humbling pill to swallow, bro. When you got to ask yourself that question. Who are you? What are you offering to make people want to come out and watch you play other than football? And with so much football going on right now, you can go watch football anywhere. So again, who are you? See, people think that it's easy to just jump out here and do an event, and it's not. It takes a lot. You got to have something. You got to have a product. You got to produce a product that the people want to come see. You got to have an environment that the people want to be a part of. Shaping Futures jumps like Shaping Futures jumps because that is in an environment. When they put them cards together, no matter who is on that card, you know if you pull up to a Shaping Futures event, the environment itself is going to be worth your $10, $15. You know you're going to see multiple good games. Same thing with the EF Classic. Same thing with the preseason classic that Dinkins did a year ago, 2 years ago. After he did that preseason classic out there at the Warsaw Sportsplex, people wanted to go to the classic. Why? There was multiple fire games out there that year. Multiple fire games. The atmosphere, the environment was lit. So people wanted to be there. No different than the EF Classic. The reason year 2 grew so much is because year 1 had fire games. The environment, even though it was 100 degrees outside, the environment was lit, high energy, people having fun, good time. Do you have that to throw your own event? Because I've seen some of y'all throw events. I've seen some of y'all try to do cards, and that shit be dry as the desert on a hot summer day. I'm just being honest. Some of y'all have tried to throw your own tournaments, whether it be tackle or 7-on-7. Shit didn't go as planned. Because who are you? And again, that's a tough pill to swallow. You know, Titans Nation is quick to post and say, and I got something coming for you, Titans Nation, because you be bullshitting sometimes, homie. And you my guy, and we talk on the phone all the time. But you're going to have to start admitting when you trolling and when you making a serious post. Because a lot of your posts be bullshit posts, but you get a lot of likes and a lot of comments from individuals that your post be about. And I think you need to let it be known that you're trolling on some of them, because some of these people really think you feel the way that you post, and you don't. But back to my man Titans Nation. He made a post, or he'll make a post saying you guys care too much about what media or other people think and da-da-da-da-da-da. The reason people care about what we say, and they say they don't, but they do, whether it hurts your feelings or it don't hurt your feelings, you care because you're speaking on it. People don't speak on things they don't care about. I'm just saying. So at the end of the day, the reason you care is because you know we have a following. We not nobody nationally. You've heard me say it 1,000 times. Though I get respect from national guys like Magic, like Craig, guys that run these national leagues. I'm not going to talk about the Why Not Copy guys because I don't fuck with them dudes anyway. Let's just keep it funky. I'm going to call it what it is. But again, We might not be nobody nationally, but I can honestly say I get a lot of love and respect, and I have a pretty strong following on the East Coast, from New York all the way down to probably maybe not so much as in Atlanta and Georgia, because I don't really go to them areas, but I done had a little bit of love down in Florida. But there's teams all over the place, from the Carolinas all the way up to fucking New York. I have a little bit of a following. That's why what I say matters. That's why what EF says matters. EF's done the Midwest. He's been in the Florida doing events. He's been in the Carolinas doing events. He's been up north doing events. So when you say, like, the opinions of others, our opinions matter in this area the same way Stephen A. Smith's opinion matters nationally. So we might not be nobody nationally, or you might feel like we not nobody. And I'm not saying Titans Nation as in you, but in general, people might say, oh, it's just media, they not nobody. But what you don't understand is we have a following. EF has a major following. His group has almost 10,000 people in it. That's why you would want to get in the EF Classic and get your team seen, especially with y'all that's chasing that YNC shit. You definitely want to get seen, because let's keep it funky. And I've been telling y'all for years, they don't come here to see you niggas. They don't. They don't come here to see you. Otis, Darian, don't come here to see you niggas. Unless it's a major event. That's the only time you're going to see Darian down here, bro. Or around here. And I dig it, because Darian has a lot going on. He does a lot. Seal does a lot. He don't got time to come just watch anybody, man. If you don't got a name, he not coming. He's a national guy. Right, David. And that's what I was on part 1. I don't know what happened. It got clipped, so I don't know if they clipped it or if they just like cut it. I don't know what happened, but that's what I was talking about earlier. Like, look at the AAU tournament right now. Look at the AAU tournament right now. And I told EF this. A lot of y'all that'll shit on his event, a lot of y'all that won't support his event will go to another event and then get shitted on. Get screwed over. But yet you want to talk about the Classic? You want to talk about the EF Classic is a bad event? You want to talk about how shaping futures ain't worth it? You want to talk about all of this shit, right? You want to talk about all of that? But these guys' events give back. They give you something. They give you something. Y'all sound crazy. But back to what I was saying. So let's talk about this, right? So I'm going to ask y'all. And I want a serious question. Which one of y'all teams out there really feel like y'all are a draw? That's going to get your event, that's going to make your event jump. That's going to get your team on a platform to where you can be seen. Which one of y'all really feel like your team is that? Because I don't see it. There's maybe 1 or 2 teams in this area, maybe 3 teams in this area that's good enough to be a draw. But even in that sense, what else are you going to put on the card? Because again, the comments that I'm seeing is we could have our own event and keep the money. What money? What money? Referees are running anywhere between 75 to 85 a ref per game. Who's going to pay for that? Since you think you're making so much money. The fields. We know how hard it is to get a field nowadays because of all the bullshit that's going on. Who's going to take care of that? Because see, and I've said before, you can find sponsors, but who are y'all to find a sponsor? Who is your team to find a sponsor? And then again, so now once you pay for the refs, you pay for the field, right? You got the teams coming. What teams are you going to put on your card? See, this is the thing. No matter what teams EF puts in the EF Classic, the EF Classic is going to boom because it's a brand. Robert EF, Play Action TV, has a following to where that brand itself, the name itself, is going to pull people no matter who's on his event. Just like no matter how ugly these Yeezy clothes are, somebody gonna go buy them because it's the Yeezy brand. No matter how ugly a polo shirt might be, a couple hundred people gonna go buy it because it's polo. It's a brand. So again, if y'all think it's so easy to do an event and put a card together and you think you gonna make money yourself, who else are you gonna put on that card that you ain't gotta split that money with? See, a lot of y'all just talk the talk, but you don't think about the logics and the logistics of the situation. Who else you gonna put on that card that you think gonna come make your event jump for free if you planning on making money? Let's break it down. Business 101. Who else are you gonna put on that? Because this is the thing. Again, there's not a lot of teams around here that are draws. It's not. It's really not. Big Bad is going to draw some attention because of the simple fact they're two-time national champions. So many teams want to play them, and let's keep it funky. A lot of y'all want to play them, and a lot of y'all want to see them play teams because you want to see them lose because they talk that shit. That's a draw. It is what it is. Like, I'm not being funny. I'm being realistic. Right, security and police calls. Because you got to have security and police right now. With the way shit's going on, you got to have it. So which one of y'all teams can realistically sit down and say that you're enough of a draw, that you're going to bring enough money to the gate to cover security, police, you're going to put them in the same category, cleanup crew, because niggas ain't cleaning for free, the field, and the refs. Which one of y'all think that if you play somebody that you're a draw that's going to pull people to the gate, that's going to take care of all of that? Since y'all think somebody is making so much money off your bum-ass teams. I'll wait. When Rare Breed came up here to play City Life, that was a draw. Because City Life was a nationally respected team. Win, lose, or draw, they are nationally respected. They are considered a national team. When Rare Breed came up here to play them, that was a draw. That bitch was packed. That's what you call a draw, bro. If I'm doing an event and I'm pulling in City Life and I'm pulling in Rare Breed, those are two teams you can be willing to pay to be your main event because everybody's going to want to come see them. The teams that played earlier that day are going to stick around to watch them. That is a draw, bro. But just because your local guys want to see you play, don't make you a draw. So don't think because somebody wants your game on their card and they want that matchup on their card that you're making their gate or you're making their event, because you're not. You're not. Again, the question of the day, who are you? Who are you? I don't do events, but I'm almost willing to bet that if I wanted to do a showcase card, because of the respect and the love my brand gets, because of what we've done, because of the kids that we've highlighted and the kids that we've shown and the coaches we've paid respect to and this, that, and the third, I'm willing to bet that if I did a card, if I jumped out there and said I wanted to do a card, I could get matchups and wouldn't have to pay nobody nothing. And I'm not nobody either. But I have a bigger following than a lot of you guys that think you can just throw a card together and people are going to come running to watch your games. It don't work that way. It don't work that way. It just don't. You can feel how you feel. The truth is the truth. Who are you? That is a question a lot of y'all need to ask yourselves about your team. Who are you? Who knows you? Who have you played? Who have you beat? What have you won? What have you done? That's going to make people want to come watch you. Again, the EF Classic is going to have teams from everywhere. They're going to bring a following. So playing at the EF Classic is only going to help you. Why? Because we know that all of your media, national media guys is going to be watching those games. They're going to be looking for the EF Classic. So all of y'all that's chasing the YNC bid and all of y'all going to say, we not chasing no, but shut the fuck up. Yes, you are. So all of y'all that's chasing the YNC bid, the only way you're going to get seen is at one of these media guys' events because nobody knows you. All of y'all that be crying about the rankings and why is this person ranked over that person and this person ranked over that person, because the people doing the ranking know them and nobody knows you. So who are you? Who are you to be asking for $1? Who are you to say that you're not going to play at somebody else's event because you can do your own card and keep the money? What money? What money are you keeping? Like, really, what money are you keeping? What money? You're not going to make no money because don't nobody want to see you owe this. And the thing is, this is a general post for whoever thinks this way. This is a general lie for whoever thinks that they can just throw an event together and they're going to make all this money and keep it for themselves. What money? What money? Seriously, what money? Because, see, I was a part of an event, right? And it was a couple individuals a part of the event, right? And it was a split type event. And the teams that played in this event didn't really have much of a following. Didn't many people come out. And by the time you paid for everything, niggas got maybe $200-300 off the event. By the time you split it up amongst everybody. If niggas was keeping it honest and they paid everybody what they were supposed to. But niggas didn't really make that much. So tell me what money you gonna make. I'm trying to figure out why everybody thinks that it's so easy to put together a good card and you're going to make so much money because you're doing an event. Again, I'm asking what money, if you don't have a full card of games that are exciting, what money do you really think you're going to make? And a lot of y'all ain't that. I can name a few teams off the top of my head that would probably draw a little interest. But it ain't the ones I see doing all the talking. You ain't won shit. You haven't. That's going to draw attention. And with all due respect, because I don't care what league you're in, if you're good, you're good. Let's just be funky about it. Some of y'all that have one, it ain't respected. It ain't respected. I'm just going to keep it funky with you. It ain't respected. So you're still not a draw. You're still not worthy of people coming to see you play. See, a draw, and I don't think y'all understand what draws the money and what brings money to the gate. A draw is that team that everybody wants to see. A draw is that team that people will travel an hour or so just to go watch because they don't get to see them, and this is the closest that they come. That's a draw. A draw ain't your team being the best in your area, so you playing another team that's good in your area, so you think everybody gonna come out and watch it. No, ain't nobody coming to see that shit except for the parents that's involved. Ain't nobody going out their way of driving an extra 20 or 30 minutes just to come see that game. Not gonna happen. I just went to Wayne's event because there was multiple teams on that card that I wanted to see. So I drove that hour and a half to Petersburg to go watch them games because I wanted to see Diggy Carter. I wanted to see the Ramblers. Right. I didn't have nothing else to do. So I drove that hour and a half. Plus, I got paid to go do a video. So at the end of the day, it was worth it. I got paid a nice amount. So it was worth it. That's a draw. You understand? But just because you the number one team in your area and you playing the number two, and when I say area, I mean your area code. Just because you the number one team in your area code and you playing the number two team in your area code, don't make that game a draw. Because guess what? Hate to break your heart. Chances are the only people that want to see that game is the people in your area. That game don't mean as much to people in other areas. Niggas not driving from the 804-540